Hey everybody, it's Peggy. Welcome back to Etsy Rants. Today we are talking about how to spot a scam. And I'm just going to get right into it. Most scam messages, and I'm not talking about somebody who you've already made the sale and now they're trying to get a refund. Now they're trying to screw you over to get a refund or stuff like that. I'm talking somebody messaged you. How do you know that it's legitimate, that it's not legitimate? And how do you tell the difference? Some people just communicate in a way that it's like, well, that's a little odd, and there's nothing wrong with it. They're not scammers. How do you put two and two together? How do you put it all together in a single package and go, this is somebody who either I should not take a chance and not do business with this person, or this person is probably a scammer and I really should just ignore them. How do you do that? So, first and foremost, just keep in mind that you have the right to do business or not with anybody that you see fit, and you don't have to have a reason. Somebody comes in, somebody's you're messaging with somebody, they've sent you a message that's like, that doesn't make sense. You've been communicating and the red flags are popping up. Red flags are problematic behavior that make you think something's not right here. That's what they mean when they say red flag. So you have the right at any time, for any reason or no reason at all, to decline to do business with somebody. You're communicating with somebody and they say something and it's like, oh, this ain't right. You can say, sorry, but I will not be doing business with you. I'm sure you'll have no problem finding somebody else to meet your needs. That's it. You're done. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to explain. You don't need to get their permission. You just need to let them know. And the best way to keep yourself out of trouble is to just do it short, polite, and don't make it about the details. Sorry, I'm not interested in doing business with you. I'm sure you'll find somebody else who will. That's it. What's going on? Why are you doing this? If they come back, I'm not doing business with you. Please don't contact me again. Done. For some people, that seems far more rude than trying to have a discussion. Another thing that I want to point out is keep in mind, okay, I have a Facebook group. I have a Facebook group, Etsy Canada. We talk about problems and issues and this and that and this and that. I see people talking about scams 2 or 3 times a month. 2 or 3 times a month, somebody make a post. Hey, this happened. Is it a scam? Hey, this happened. Is it a scam? Hey, I spotted this scam just so you guys can know. And people do not come into social media to tell you that everything's fine. The world is not completely flooded with scammers, and you are at imminent risk every time you turn your computer on. Let me just get the exact number. Is it going to, I've got almost 8,000 people in my group, and we only get this 2 or 3 times, maybe let's say once a week. Okay. 8,000 people are coming in. 8,000 people are in my group. And out of 8,000 people, 4 people once a week, 4 people a month. So 4 people out of 8,000 is the same as is 2 people out of 4,000, 1 person out of 2,000, 0.5 people out of 1,000. As a percentage, that is 0.001. Is that the right number? 0.01 or 0.001. It's a very small number of people that actually have a problem. Now, it's very likely, if you are a seller, it's very likely that you're going to get one of these messages sooner or later. I've gotten a couple of them. But getting taken in by these messages, going, oh, I already did the thing, now what? That very rarely happens. And the vast majority of people that are coming into my group saying, hey, this is what I encountered, they haven't been scammed. These scams go around and they really rely on you being unaware of what the scam is. They rely on you being in a hurry, distracted, desperate for the sale. It's a thing. This is why people with lower sales do tend to get targeted more, and they get targeted by more persistently. There seems to be a magic number. Once you hit about 100 sales, the worst of the scamming tends to drop off, and then every now and again you'll just get a random message that's so obvious you can just ignore it, because you'll know there'll be no guesswork. So we're going to talk about what to do to spot a scam. And like I said, I really wanted to take the first little bit to say this takes a while to get through all the details. But as I'm going through these details, you're going to be looking at this going, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. It's not going to be hard to think about. It's not going to be hard to remember. These are not necessarily sophisticated scams. These are scams that rely on a whole lot of a lo- these are relatively simple scams that rely on a whole bunch of lack of experience and just not paying attention on our part. So with that in mind, these scams are usually pretty easy to avoid. But again, I see at least one post a week. Is this a scam? I'm not sure. If somebody triggers some of these things for you and you're not sure, if you are in social media, then post it. Say, hey, this is what somebody just said to me. This is the message I just got. This seems like it might be a scam. What do you scan? I keep saying scan instead of scam. MN. Anyway, the reason why these scams exist is because it's really simple. Blast a ton of messages and hope for the best. Some of the people that are engaging in these scams live in low cost of living areas where they can afford to spend the entire month just blasting. And if they get one hit, they've made a month's worth of income. Because I mean, there's areas of the world that are very there are areas of the world where they have proper access to all technology, but you can live for $20 a week. Well, if you can scam somebody for $500, you're making a decent income. I'm kind of jumping into mini details and I don't need to. I actually made a list. I'm going to go through this one at a time. So let's not be in a panic going, oh my God, everybody's out to get me. And we do see a lot of that type of thinking because nobody comes into the social medias to say, hey, things are going good. Want to let you know how good things are going. Hey, this is what's going on. I'm glad I did that right. Nobody comes in. People only show up when they're having a problem. 8,000 people in my group, and I only see this about once a week. So it's not as bad as you think. One person out of 8,000 one time a week. So by the end of the year, we've got 50 people. By the end of the year, we've got what, 52 weeks in a year? By the end of the year, we've got 50 or 60 people that are coming in to say, hey, this happened. What do you guys think? It's not a lot when you consider the number of people. Okay. So let's go on. Let's go on and do this from the very beginning. I'm actually going to do this in a bit reverse. I'm going to read the message that somebody got in my group recently. Hi, I want to buy your product, but the site for some reason asks for your email. I tried several times. The error is still there. Can I have your email address? Simple, to the point. Red flags. I want to buy your product. What product? Name the product, please. Why can you only say product? Now, they did link a product, which can be done super easily. You can click on a product and then send message. It'll automatically link the product. So there's a product listed there. The product says gifts for men. That's all it says. It's a generic listing from this seller. If the listing is more specific than that, it doesn't say so in this piece that I can see, right? Hi, I want to buy your product. So they didn't say hello, John Doe, hello, name that they didn't offer your name. They didn't offer your shop name. And that is the first thing. Now, they do not address you or your business by name. That's not a guarantee that somebody's a scammer. We all know that that's not the case, right? But if it is part of a bigger pattern, it may become noticeable. If somebody messages me, because I'm on the Etsy platform, so when somebody messages me, when they hit message, they can see my name. So they will say, hi, Peggy, I'm interested in blah. They'll name the product. Okay. Hi, Peggy. There's usually an opportunity for them to use your name or use your business. Hi, Sparks Creations. That's fine. But you have to personalize a message if you're doing that. That takes one extra step. And a scammer is going ding, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. They haven't got time for the extra step. That's 20 less businesses they can harass today. Now, it's obviously not a red flag. Some people are just like, oh, I'm just going to, some people just do the thing. It's fine. It's fine if that's the only thing you're noticing. But like I said, next one is you cannot clearly identify who they are. Most people are going to go, hi, Peggy, I'm communicating with you about this. And then they sign their name. Signed John Doe, Jane Doe, whoever they are. They don't do that. They just, like I said, let's go back over this message. Hi, I want to buy your product, but the site, and this is all one sentence. Hi, I want to buy your product, but the site for some reason asks for your email. I tried several times. The error is still there. Can I have your email address? Why are they asking for my email address instead of contacting customer service? That should be number 3, and I'm going to add it in right now. Number 3, they do not want to contact customer service. We'll just add these as I think of them. So they don't want to. So basically, if you are the customer, you have access to customer service. So basically, they are not telling you who they're not acknowledging who you are. So there's no indication that they've actually spent more than a split second in your shop is the thing. And they're not signing off. There's no sign off, hi Peggy, I want some information. Love customer. There's nothing. There's no sign off. Lots of people skip that. When you're just sending a quick message and text, that's fine. These are not red flags by themselves. But, okay, so this person also said, I tried several times. The error is still there. Well, if you're having an error, I can't fix that for you. Only my platform can fix it. So they're mentioning a problem. Oh, there's a problem. I want to give you money, but there's a problem. Okay. I put my list together a few hours ago, just when I was sitting around having my morning coffee. This is my afternoon tea here. I've already filmed this once and the camera didn't work. So that already happened. And I just realized now they don't want to, they're not saying customer service can't help me. What should I do? There's no indication that that they have thought of it or that they're even willing to do it. Now, customers will contact you when there's a problem. So, hi, this error is happening. Oh, go ahead and contact customer service. They're the only way that you're going to get this fixed. That is your party line. A lot of times they'll tell you there's a problem with the website. That's actually further down the list. So we'll skip this for now. We will table this for now. But they've indicated there's a problem. Why are they contacting you instead of customer service? An inexperienced seller is going to contact you. This is not a red flag by itself. Okay? They do not specify what they want. They'll say your product or your items, and that is exactly what this customer did, what this person did, what this scammer did. Hi, I want to buy your product. If they've already hit the link, then why are they not saying I want to buy your this is a general listing that says gifts for men. Hi, I want to buy your men's gifts. I want to buy your gifts for men listing. Why are they just saying product? Because they've clicked the listing, they've randomly gone into the first listing they find. They hit the listing, because don't forget, if you do a general search, you come in through the person's listing. You don't come in through the shop. They've gone in through the listing, hit message. It's included the link as a courtesy, and it's right there. I want to buy your product. I don't want to tell you what the product is. I just want to buy it. And that is number 4. They do not specify what they want. They want your product, your items. That's getting up into a much more obvious territory. It really is. That's getting much more obvious. Why is that doing that? That's getting a lot more obvious when it comes to whether or not somebody's a scammer. Does it mean they're a scammer? Some people just, at this point, I would already be going, okay, one more, and I'm not doing business with this person. And it's really unfortunate if you are an honest, legitimate buyer. It's really unfortunate if you're an honest, legitimate buyer and people are saying, I don't want to do business with you. But unfortunately, and you just heard the example I just said. I'll say it again. Hi, I want to buy, and this is all one sentence, by the way. Hi, I want to buy your product, but the site for some reason asks for your email. I tried several times. The error is still there. Can I have your email address? Like, I wouldn't send, for starters, don't send people your email address. They don't need your email address. They're already communicating with you on the site, right? They've already asked for something they shouldn't ask for, and they've already triggered 4 other things that make me concerned. If this is just part of your communication style and if you are an honest, legitimate buyer and this is how you're doing it, you need to be it's just something to be aware of. It makes us as sellers uncomfortable not because of anything that you're doing wrong, but because it makes it difficult to determine. It's like, this is kind of scammer language. And it's not your fault, but it is your problem that you're kind of doing the same thing. So they do not specify what they want. They want your product, your items. And the bigger part of that is if they include items that you don't sell. So that verifies that they know nothing about your business. They have no freaking idea what you do. So, like, if you sell jewelry and they're like, oh, I really like your belts and shoes and jewelry, it's like, that makes no sense. But now let's get back to inexperienced sellers. There's plenty of people okay, so now this is what scammers do. They try to do what regular customers can sometimes do, because obviously you don't want the fact that they're scamming sooner or later becomes obvious. So they're also doing the things. Legitimate buyers will come in. I'm looking for belts. Type in belt in the search term and you're going to find belts. You're going to go in through the listing and not through individual stores. A lot of people come onto Etsy thinking that Etsy is standalone and don't realize that we're all individual sellers. And they do the same with other platforms. So we're still not necessarily ready to throw this person away, because it might just be how they communicate, and they may not realize that Etsy is a virtual mall marketplace. So But it does make it clear that they are either very, very inexperienced, or we're getting very close to, I don't want to do business with you because you sound like a scammer. Okay. Now, so these are things that should get your notice, for good or for bad. They should get your notice, especially especially if you're looking at all of the above. Like I said, this person has done all of, well, they've done everything except for number 5. They include items that you don't sell. They didn't do that, but they did everything else. Okay. Um, Number 6, which they say something is wrong with Etsy or whichever platform you're selling from, so they need you to do it their way. Okay? And this is exactly what they did. I tried several times. The error is still there. Can I have your email address? I need this. I want to give you money. I need this. Well, they don't. They need to call customer service. That's back to number 3, right? So saying something is wrong or not working is a really good way to get you to draw you in. Oh, they're new, they're inexperienced, they're not sure how the platform works, they're having a bit of a problem, so let me help them. Right? That's human nature. That is human nature, and that is a good thing. So where are you going from here? So if somebody says something's wrong with Etsy and I need you to to give me your email address because it's like, oh, that's not how you do need to correct them. That's not how this works. Just contact Etsy customer. Are you Etsy? Nope. I'm an individual seller on the platform. If you are still willing to give this person a chance, and I would generally, if I've only gotten to 1 through 6, I would still be willing to give this person a chance. The example that I'm reading from, to me, is super obvious. It'd be like I would respond to this person and saying, "Oh, here's the customer service information you need to get this email problem fixed with Etsy." Under no circumstances does a buyer need your email address or your personal information or your phone number or your social media. They don't need any of that. There's nothing about a transaction that requires your customer to know other ways to communicate with you. So, moving on. So if there's nothing else about if the other things have happened, some or all, if the other things have happened, if you're still not weirded out enough to walk away, then if they say there's something wrong with the platform, I'm doing this and it's not working, then you need to send them to customer service, because if they're a scammer, this is how they're going to get you. And it's like, a if they are a legitimate customer, they're going to continue to have the same problem until they contact customer service and get it fixed anyway. Okay. If they are not a legitimate customer, they don't need your email address. They need to be they don't need to be talking to you about anything. Okay. Number 7, I saw this one recently, and I do believe it's been happening a little bit more often. They mentioned something new on the platform and that it doesn't seem to be working properly, and that again you need to help them. And again, send them to customer service. This one was, oh, are you using the new Etsy payment feature, something, something, but not actually telling you what it is. Are you using this? This was something that I saw last week. Are you using the new Etsy payment feature? If not, then we can do this by email. So this is something that's going to target smaller shops to go, I'm new. I've only been in the platform for 3 months. Did something change and I just didn't notice because I'm new? That's where you go to the social media and you say, hey, I got this message about a new platform feature, a new payment system, a new something. Well, when it comes to getting the money from the customer to Etsy to us, we have nothing to do with that anyway. It's like, hey, nothing's changed on my end. If you need help with that, contact customer service. You're done. And this is if something's going on. Now there is a feature called Klarna, which lets a customer make multiple payments. That still has nothing to do with us. It does not touch us at all. Anything involving the customer and how they pay for their product has nothing to do with us. We don't have any access to it. There is no, I'm going to offer you an alternative. That's a really bad idea. So if they mention a new feature that you've never heard of, then you should either contact customer service and leave me out of it, or contact the social medias and say, hey, is there a new feature? Because chances are there's not. And like I said, there is something new called Klarna that lets some customers make multiple payments. I think as they break this up into 4 payments, blah, blah. It's got nothing to do with us. It's like, hey, if you need information on that feature, you're going to have to contact customer service. It has nothing to do with us. I don't know how it works. I've got no reason to know because I do not, even if I knew how it works, anything that I could do about it is going to be a waste of everybody's time for the simple fact that I have no access to it. So it's like, oh, I made 3 out of 4 Klarna payments. Why aren't you doing this? It's like, I don't know. I have no information on that. None. Okay. Basically, 6 and 7 are both related to something's going on. They're trying to convince you that something's going on and they want you to help by contacting them through email. If they're a legitimate customer who is just simply inexperienced or having a problem, you can't help them anyway. Send them to customer service. If they're a scammer, sending them to customer service they will never speak. They will just stop contacting you. If they come back and they insist, no, I'm not doing that. I need you to email me. Then you know you've caught your scammer. Okay. So that's what that one is. And again, hopefully we're getting into more obvious territory. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are just communication things that are not red flags by themselves, but they are not, they are, they should make you go, oh, this is not a normal way that most customers communicate. So I should probably pay attention to what it is that they want. Um, Number 5, asking you for items that you don't sell is a clear indication that they're not paying attention to your business, know nothing about you. It could also be that they're new. You may want to go, hey, just so you know, this is a multi-vendor marketplace, kind of like a mall. These are the products that I sell, and see how they respond to you. Okay. Some of these scams start off kind of subtle, and it takes a couple of back and forth to really for the other things to emerge. Oh, I'm just really confused how this Etsy thing works. Can you email me? No. You can message me here. You're already communicating with me, right? So we're not talking explain. Okay, it's like riding a bicycle. Explaining how to ride a bicycle takes way more words than just, okay, let's get you on the seat. Here's your balance. Wee, off you go. It's kind of like that. This is not as difficult as it's sounding. It just takes time to go over everything individual and give you and explain why you should be paying attention to that. And like I said, the first few are kind of like, yeah, you should be paying attention. It's even if it's just an innocent customer communicating badly, it could be leading to something. So you do owe it to yourself to be aware of it. They need you to email them immediately. They need you to be in the middle of something that they should be contacting customer service for. The minute this happens, I need your email. I need to talk to you anywhere except Etsy. Like I said, I'm on Etsy. I need to talk to you anywhere except the messaging system that already exists in the platform. That is a red flag. Now, if they are contacting you about something you don't sell, hey, I see that you sell earrings, but I want a bulk order I'm having a party and I want a bulk order. Hey, I don't do bulk orders through Etsy, but here's my email address if you want to discuss a bulk order. You're allowed to do that. It won't affect you in terms of Etsy coming back and saying you're screwing around, taking business away from the platform, but you are on your own when you do that. So just be aware that if somebody contacts you about something that you sell that's already on the platform, don't go off the platform. If somebody is contacting you about something that you do sell but not on Etsy, say somebody hears about you're doing jewelry, but somebody else finds out that you also do 3D printing, and they contact you. It's like, oh, I don't sell my 3D printing on Etsy, but here's my website. You're allowed to do that, so keep that in mind. But anyway, that's a little sideways. That's a little side piece for people who have more than one thing going on. Okay. Number 8. Now we're getting into, oh shit, no. If I've already had any of the following stuff happening and I see a file that I need to send you this file, or I've included this file in my message, please click the link to the included file that I need you to click in order to communicate with me and do business. No way. If any of that other stuff, if any of this poor communication or needing things from me that they refuse to go get from customer service, if any of that's already happened, there is no way I'm clicking a file. Generally speaking, unless it's a customer that I already know, that I brought in myself through my own social media, unless it's somebody I already know and trust, I am not clicking a link. And if I don't know you, if this is your first time reaching out to me as a customer or as a scammer, because it's usually a scam. Hey, I'm looking for this, and here's my link. Here's the link to go download the file that will show you what else I want. This is a really common scam, actually. Hi, customer. Hi, person. I love your product. um, something's going wrong, but just so you know, I've sent you this link because I've got a list of things that I want from you. So go ahead and download that. Go ahead and download this file that I have, and let me know what's in the file that you have so that I can buy it. That's a convoluted thing. What you're clicking on, they send you a file. They're sending a virus. If somebody links a photo to you, you'll be able to see the photo. Okay, on Etsy again, you'll be able to see the photo right in the messages. You don't have to go elsewhere to look for it. So if they want to send you a file or they proactively included it in their message, that is a distinct red flag. You need to be just don't. My customers in 5 years of being on Etsy, 5 years of being on Etsy, I don't think anybody has ever sent me a link without having a valid reason to do it. Just don't. If your particular business model, say you're doing 3D printing and you're doing, say you're doing 3D printing and something that you will do, send me your file and I'll print off the item for you and send it. Some people have, I found this and I want it, but I need somebody to print it for me, right? Now, if that's what you do, you may have to download files. Make sure you have a really, really good antivirus program. Getting you to click a link or download a file is the quickest way to get the malware or the virus into your computer so that they can steal more than just your account password for Etsy. Once these files get into your computer, if it is a malicious file of any kind for any reason, you could lose a lot more than just your Etsy account. People are like, "Oh, somebody's trying to steal my Etsy account," but it's like if you download these files, they could be stealing your banking information. So make sure you have a really good antivirus program. And if there is nothing about your business that generally requires you to look at a file, then under no circumstances open it. It's really that simple. And doubly so if it's a zip file. Zip files, it's even easier to hide viruses in a zip file because while you're, oh, I have all these things that I have 20 images that I want you to do. So please open this zip file, and then they don't tell you that it's got a little exe. If a file, there's RAR files, there's exe files. Those are the two files. If you ever see a file that ends exe or RAR, those are the files that can put crap. Those are the most obvious files that will put crap in your computer that's going to steal your shit. So never open an exe or RAR file. And there's a few others. I forget what they are. If anybody's watching this and happens to remember, please by all means share it below. I'll update the description if I need to make sure that that's in there. Zip files, it's even easier to hide a virus in a zip file. So, and a zip file is usually to put big file into a smaller package, right? But it's a lot easier to hide a virus or a malware in a zip file than it is just sending the file, because when somebody links a file, you will be able to see exactly what the file name is. Oh, that's an exe. Exe is for executable. There's other files. There's other types. Unless it says JPG, if it's a JPEG or something like that, it'll show up anyway. If it's any other kind of file, don't open it. Okay, so they've sent you a file. They want to send you a zip file. Unless your particular business model requires you to work with files that they have to send you, don't open them. You've got no reason to, and make sure you've got good antivirus if that's what you're doing. Okay, so now I'm 30 minutes in. We're only on number 10, and I've got like 7 or 8 to go. These get more and more obvious. They're in a big hurry. So I've sent you this problematic message that's got your spidey senses tingling, and I'm in a hurry, so you have no time to think about it. That's okay. My daughter's birthday is on Friday, and I need this birthday cake topper. That happens, right? Don't forget, these guys are trying to disguise themselves as regular customers with regular things happening. Now, people buy things for special occasions. If somebody's contacting me, I need a bag by Friday, is nothing I sell fits into any category of product that anybody would reasonably want to have by tomorrow, by the end of the week. Can you expedite? Nothing. Okay. If your products do not benefit from you hurrying, that sounds weird. Okay. If you're selling anniversary cards, birthday banners, things like that, people that are in a hurry contact sellers that sell those products all the time. Jewelry can even, I need this for my birthday gift for my spouse. I need it by Friday because I forgot to order it, yada yada yada. Nobody's contacting me saying, "Hey, I need a bag." I sell small light duty bags, right? I need a bag and it's a hurry, it's a rush order. I need it by Friday, blah blah. Nobody's doing that to me. Somebody contacts me saying that they want my product and they're in a hurry because they have a problem that they don't want to go to customer service for. They're a scammer. Nobody is talking to me like this that I'm going to do business with. So you do have to take a look at what's going on from your personal business. Like I said, if you're doing products, you know, first birthday t-shirts, stuff like that. If you're doing products where obviously the person needs it by a certain date, you're going to encounter people that are in a hurry. But if they've got, oh, I want this by a certain date. No, here's the file I included. Oh, and the email is not working, so you need to email me. That's too many problems already. Even if they're a legitimate customer, what really are your odds of getting this to them when they say they need it? It's a disaster waiting to happen. That's another video I should be doing is when should you walk away from even a legitimate customer? There are times when you should. And not every customer that's flustered and in a hurry is a scammer, okay? But scammers like to disguise themselves as customers that are in a hurry and scattered. Got to keep that in mind. Somebody's in a big hurry and you sell birthday banners, that might be one kind of problem. Somebody's in a big hurry wanting a drawstring bag from me. Why the hell do you need a drawstring bag from me in that kind of a hurry? It just doesn't match my product. So if they're in a big hurry and being in a hurry is not your experience because that really doesn't match your product, that's a red flag for you. Might not be a red flag for the guy who sells birthday banners, but so this could either be in the big red. It's either a big red flag or a little red flag, depending on what you sell and what your customer base generally tends to need. Okay, number 11. Now we're into this is straight up a scam. They want a gift card included with their purchase. Let's think about that for a minute. They want a gift card and they're not doing it for themselves. Hi, I bought a gift for a friend and usually it's like, "Oh, hi, I bought a gift for my sick mother and I need a Nike gift card for $500." For starters, they ask for the gift card and then they promise to pay extra in the listing. Hi, I need a gift card. I'm doing this. I want this done as a gift. And they usually pick a fairly expensive item. I want this done as a gift. I'm buying this as a gift for my friend. I'm not in the country right now or in the state. I'm so far away that I can't facilitate this. They're usually out of the country. And they quite often want to say that they're military. That justifies why they're oh, I'm on duty military serving out of the country right now, but I really need to send this gift to somebody. Okay, I'm active duty out of the country. They have a reason why they're out of the country. They have a reason why you. There's a huge number of people who are like, "Oh, thank you for your service," right? So they want to go over and above for people in the military, that sort of thing. They have a reason why they can't do it themselves. Well, why can't you stop at your near? Why can't you stop at the nearest Walmart and pick up a gift card? Oh, I'm out of the country right now, but I really need to send this gift to somebody. Well, that's ridiculous. You don't need to do that. As a matter of fact, a lot of businesses. Sorry, I'm eternally fidgeting. I'm surprised I've sat still for this long. So this is usually a scam that involves using a stolen credit card. So they contact you. There's two ways that this works. So they contact you. Hi, and it's always a sob story, and they're not around. There's a reason why they can't do it themselves. Like there's nothing stopping you from putting a gift card in an envelope, sending it to your friend, and the item will arrive a few days later. I'm out of the country. I'm active duty military. You really need to sympathize with me and my service for the country. And they don't talk like that to you. They speak to you assuming that you're going to be sympathetic to their needs. Oh yeah, oh poor guy. Yeah, he doesn't know when he's coming home. He's active duty. He's in the military. He's out of the country right now. This is going on. That's going on. Right? There's assumptions. You make assumptions. Sorry, my little inset's over here. I keep talking to myself over here instead of talking to the camera over here. Anyway, so they want a gift card. They promise to pay extra in the listing. They get a custom listing. So what they're going to do is they're going to do one or two things. If it's involving if it's a stolen credit card, then they're always in a hurry. They don't want you to think too much about this. So there's two ways that this works out. The person who is paying might be paying with a stolen credit card. You send the item off. Buddy at the other end gets a free gift card and your free item for however much that's worth. And you have no way to know whether he's going to come and take the money back from you or do something else. They ask you for a gift card, they promise to pay extra in the listing, and they pay you. And then something goes wrong, and either Etsy refunds them, or they figure out it's a stolen card, and the money just gets removed from your account. So this one can include a stolen credit card, or if the scammer is particularly determined, then they claim. Then once everything's in the mail, they claim that you never sent the gift card, or that it was a oh, they got the gift card, but they already spent it. There's no money there's no actual money on this gift card. The gift card didn't show up. This and this and this. And then they demand a refund. When you see somebody asking for a gift card along with whatever it is that they're purchasing, this is 100% of the time a scam. And how badly you're going to get screwed over for this is going to depend on how much the gift card was for, and whether or not they go the extra mile and try to double dip by getting a refund. Because they might be able to, if they're using a stolen credit card, some people use stolen credit cards and then they maintain the card for as long as they can and will actually continue to use the card. Hey, I'll see if I can double dip and get the money back. Right? They're not going to report the card stolen. It's like, oh, the card still hasn't been flagged as stolen, so I'm going to go ahead and report the gift card as not having arrived. I'll go ahead and put in the claim, get my $500, because they'll usually they're usually going to try and buy a big ticket item from you and ask for a fairly expensive gift card, like a $300 item, $500 gift card, that sort of thing. But it's really important and it's in a hurry. Their birthday is on Friday. Do not, under any circumstances, agree to include a gift card in any listing that you send. It is not a risk worth taking, even if for some reason you think, oh, this is probably legitimate. Nope, 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 not doing business with you. And I would automatically, if somebody asked me to do this, automatically, you're a scammer. I'm not doing business with you. Done. Don't forget, I'm sorry, I'm not able to do business with you. I'm sure you'll have no problem finding somebody else. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay. They want your phone number, email address, or social media information. And sometimes they just want to get it. Okay. They want your phone number, email address, or social media information. They want ways to just be all over you. Again, back to email address. That's what this particular one was asking for. Hi, I want to buy your product. I need your email address. Taking the communication off of Etsy or your platform loses you a lot of protection. He said, she said after the fact. And this is back where I was talking about no, I wasn't talking about that yet. Like I said, I already did this once, and the file did the camera turned. I don't know what the camera did because it was on. The camera was on, but it wasn't recording. And it's like, oh my God. So now if I lose track of something and you need me to go back to it, leave a comment, do the thing. If you have questions, comments, obviously don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you think I'm right or wrong or want to add information or details, I definitely want to hear it, because this is a community service post for everybody, and this goes across all platforms. No matter what the platform is, this is going to exist, and most of the scamming is really, really obvious. Most of it's really obvious. I'm going through this in detail because when it's not so obvious, how do you add two and two together to go, oh, okay, you know what? And don't forget, you can feel bad. You can go, I have a bad feeling about this. I don't want to do business with this guy. And you don't have to. You do not need their permission. You do not need to explain it to them. You don't need to discuss it. You don't need anything other than, I am unable to fill your order. I will not be doing business with you. I'm sure you'll have, I am not, I will not be filling your order. I'm unable to do business with you. Have a nice day. That's it. That's all you have to say. You cannot be shitty to them, because even the most obvious scammer, until caught, it's allegedly. As long as it's allegedly, then you're being shitty to a customer if you try to call them out, take them down a peg, tell them off, or do whatever. Okay. So they want your phone number, email address, or social media info. Now, sometimes they just want to get a deal and avoid the platform fees. Okay. This is a bad idea. Anything that you do to go out of your way to avoid platform fees, Etsy's policy on platform fees is when you are trying to avoid fees, fee avoidance is one strike and you're out. I don't know what other platforms are like for this, but Etsy makes their money off of my platform fees. If I am bending heaven and earth to avoid the platform fees, or giving in to every opportunity to avoid platform fees, and they catch wind of it, I'm out the first time they catch me. Sometimes I just want to get a deal to avoid platform fees. That's a risk. and other times they have a bridge to sell you. As soon as they can get you to start talking off the platform, they can do far more and promise far more to get you to click the link, send the gift card, do the things. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. And another thing that they do. Now, I'm going to move in. I'm going to move into number 13. Number 13 also says, so it's a bit repetitious, never take the business off the platform. This is related to an opportunistic scam. Now, what they do, this is like there is an opportunistic scam around taking the business off the platform. Hi, I want this really cool necklace from you, but I want to make these changes. Can you do that for the same price? As soon as you say yes, okay, I'll go ahead and buy that. We'll just keep it because they're gonna get you off the platform and start baffling you with bullshit. Okay. Any communication that you have off of Etsy will not be accepted by Etsy if there is a problem. So they get you to agree to a whole bunch of changes. Oh, I already went and purchased the listing. So once you have those changes and updates and customizations in place, then just go ahead and send it. And you've discussed this off the platform. Now, the instant that they get their package, I'm like, yep, thank you. Boop, down on the counter it goes with the package right beside it. Not as described, I want my money back. Now, not as described, I want my money back. You lose the case almost instantly. And Etsy mostly will just, as long as the photo shows, no, these are clearly not the same things, Etsy will just give the refund out of your money because you screwed up. Getting your stuff back is kind of related to the honor system. Oh, sure, as long as you return it, I'll refund you. But here's the problem: your policies with Etsy, if the mistake is yours, your policies no longer apply. The item was not as described, and there is there is not one single message on Etsy that you can point to and say, "This is what we agreed to. These were the changes that were made. This item is exactly as described." And you're like, no, we had an email conversation about that. And that's just going, we're not going to take that as proof. We don't have to take that as proof. You're taking a huge risk. And a lot of this stuff is handled by bots. Not as described. Here's a photo doesn't match the product. They're not going to spend an hour. They're not going to have a staff member spending 1 or 2 hours going through every nuance of every single thing that you've done with this one customer. That's going to go, look, it's not, this is what he purchased, this is what he got. Boop. Not as described, you lose. So taking the conversation off of Etsy, while they continue to make their purchase through Etsy, this is what I'm talking about. So maybe I should have said never take the discussions off the platform. Yeah, let's change that to discussions. Never take the discussion off of Etsy. This is an opportunistic scam. If they can get you to start talking to them through social, especially on the phone when there's no proof of anything. No proof of any, oh, I had a phone conversation. And, right? So never take the discussion off of Etsy. If they are asking for a lot of changes, updates, whatever, it might be super simple. You might be able, it might even be, oh, well, you know what? That's actually five, that's going to be, it's going to be the same amount of time, and I'll make $5 extra profit if I do this for you. So sure, not a problem. Go ahead and pick up that listing. Usually what they want to do is they want to make their purchase, and then at some point in the discussion, oh great, since the price hasn't changed, I've gone ahead and purchased blah. Okay? But they want as much as if, but this is also related to other things. That's the most obvious way that this scam works. There's other subtle nuances to how this works. It's like you set up a common listing. You set up the listing. Do it as a custom listing, and then they're like, "Well, I know we agreed to all of this stuff, but I didn't say I wanted the blue one. I said I wanted the green one." Conversations off of Etsy it's now back to not as described. This is a very okay. This is a scam that's attempted far more often than people realize. And again, we're talking about 1 in 1,000, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. It's not as bad as it seems, but yeah, if you are having a discussion with a customer about something if they are buying your product from Etsy, make sure any discussions about that product happen on Etsy, because This is for, most customers you can trust, but for the one you can't trust, they're going to come back and say this is not as described. And as long as they can show a photo showing it's not as described, then they automatically win. Okay. Next one is very random, very obvious. Your account has to be shut down. Your account is about to be shut down. And if you don't click this link and verify your account, blah, 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 blah. Never click the link. It's a scam. Mark it as spam. Get on with your day. Don't acknowledge it. Don't respond to it. If there really is something going on with your account, if you are concerned, oh, this could be real. Oh my God, what should I do? Call customer service. Hey, I got this email and I'm not sure what this is about. It seems like a scam and I don't want to click the link until I verify from you guys that you sent it. Sometimes Etsy will communicate with you. You can contact them and say, hey, I just need to verify that this message was sent to me before I click that link because it just is worded, it's worded. I'm just not comfortable. You don't even need to apologize or explain to them. I just got this message. I'm really uncomfortable with the idea of clicking a link. I just need to confirm it's a legitimate message. And this is if it's not already obvious right from the start. Some of the messages that have been coming through, your Etsy account is going to be shut down in 7 days if you don't do this. Well, no, if Etsy's going to shut you down, they just shut you down. They don't give you a warning. I don't know how other platforms do it or don't do it, but they're not. If they sent everybody a 7-day warning, their call center lines would be so flooded with what's going on, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on, they'd never get anything done. So no, they don't do that. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm in Canada. Actually, I got one. I got one last year. Your UPS account is no longer linked to your Etsy account and will be shut down in 3 days if you don't click the link. This actually came in through my email, but it was through the email that's associated with my account, right? I don't have a UPS account. I'm in Canada, right? So this sometimes comes in, and sometimes it comes in. Sometimes the really determined scammers will send it directly to you through your platform messaging system. Sometimes it shows up in your email. If somebody is sending you a communication regarding a product or a service that you do not currently engage with on Etsy, then don't worry about it. Like if you're American, your Canada Post account is about to be shut down. There is no Canada Post account for you as an American. You don't need it. So no, this is somebody trying to get your email address so they can send you phishing attempts. That's where they say, well, click the link and verify your account, blah blah blah. Is like you're gonna give them your Etsy password. That's what they want. Or they want your UPS password or whatever service that they say that they want from you. Okay. Now, I made up this is number 16. I made this up really, 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 really random, bad, bad, bad. So because this is I just kind of thought about some of the I thought about some of the scam messages people in my group have come back as I got this is what they said to me. Do you think it's a scam? This is what I said to me. This is a scam, and I gave it some thought and kind of invented one that's totally off the top and really obvious. I hope just to give an example. So their message is full of errors. Now typos do happen. Some people use you are instead of your. That's the most obvious one for me, and I don't know why. So there's plenty of ways to typo in a message. I typo all the time. That's not what we're talking about. This is the example that I invented for you guys. What you're looking for is an indication that the person is off and clearly not who they say they are. So this one that I invented. Hi, I is person from American, and I want to buy your product for my enfant, which is French for baby, to use. Please click the link for sell to me. So this is a person who, hi, they didn't say who they are. I mean, who you are. They didn't say hi, Peggy. They said hi. Now, this person clearly English is not their main language. Nothing wrong with that. This is not the point, okay? I is person from American. They're trying to tell you that they're an American, which implies proper English. So it implies the ability to speak English. This person clearly, I'll read it again. Hi, I is person from American and want buy your product for my enfant to use. Please click the link for sell to me. This is clearly somebody who does not speak English. English is not their first language. Their English is really, really bad. I am person from American. When you are trying so hard to convince somebody that you're an American, I would assume that you're trying to convince them that you do speak English. They're not who they say they are. If you're not from Canada's an English speaking country, obviously I'm Canadian, I'm speaking English, the UK, Australia, right? But if you're not from an English speaking country and trying to imply that you are, there's that's a red flag. There is something there. Okay, what the hell is going on here? I've gotten messages that are clearly done through Google Translate. And depending on how you put your message into Google Translate, it's going to come back out. This is what a Google Translate message would look at coming from somebody who has zero clue how to speak English. Okay? They're trying to convince me that they are an American. I am person from America. From American. Okay, they're not. This doesn't matter to me. I do offer international shipping, so they've got no reason to tell me this unless they're trying to convince me of something that isn't true and want to buy your product. What product? They didn't name it. Okay. When you start seeing this, because there are a lot of countries whose cost of living is so much lower than ours that a couple $100 to us a couple of $100 to me. I live in a very high cost of living area. A couple $100 to me is about a week of groceries, and that's fine. But there are some areas of the world where a couple $100 is the rent, is a month of groceries for an entire family. This is when suspicion creeps in. They want to buy my product. They didn't name it. They didn't name it. For my enfant. Well, now a foreign word when they're trying to convince me that they're American really doubles down on they are not who they say they are. There's a lot in this message that triggers all the red flags, and quite often it's your first sign going all the way back. They didn't say hi Peggy, they just said hi. They did not say who are, thank you Jim. They did not do that. They did not tell me who they were. They tried to convince me that they're American, but they're using foreign words in a way that doesn't necessarily make sense. If you're an American, you would not call your child your enfant. Please click the link. Well, they have a link. They want you to click a link. Okay, this makes no. You don't send me links. If you're looking for a baby product, click a link. Clicking a link does not complete a purchase on my end. There's no reason to click a link. They've left very little information. What information they've left is very, very confusing, very, very red flag. And they didn't tell me who they did not indicate that they knew who I was. They did not indicate anything about who they are. And they're trying to convince me that there's somebody they're not from a place that they are not. So a lot of scams do look like this. Like I said, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this true example. That was just a really over the top example that I made up for you guys to really, 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 really see. And some of the messages that you get are that obvious. Let's go back to this original example that I've been quoting throughout this video. Hi, I want to buy your product, but the site for some reason asks for your email. I tried several times. The error is still there. Can I have your email address? Now, this is a person who speaks English, so they're probably a kid. They're probably younger. I want to buy, but they didn't say hi. Person whose shop this is, whose name is right there on the top of the shop. Okay, they said nothing. Hi, I want to buy your product. The site for some reason asks for your email. No, it doesn't. Etsy never if Etsy is asking the customer for my email address, then the customer needs to contact customer support. That doesn't happen. Etsy doesn't do that. I tried several times. Oh my God, this is bad. This is bad. I didn't contact customer service though. The error is still there, but I didn't contact customer service. Can I have your email address? I want you to fix it because I'm gonna ask for things that you don't need. I'm gonna ask for things that are just gonna rip you off. So of course now this person did it's like, oh, that's weird. Here's my email. They did send their email address. Um, and then said, if you're still having trouble, you should reach out to Etsy support. And then they realized, oh shit, that was probably a mistake. Then they came into the group and said, hey, was this a mistake? Right? So Le Scammer came back and said, thank you. You have been sent an email. I am very surprised that the payment system has changed. Wait, what? Where the fuck's that coming from? You're talking about an email. Now you're talking about the payment system. You can get the money through the email. I think it is even more convenient. It's a scam. Seeing how they respond, and both messages, one single run-on sentence, both times. Did not give their name. Did not go. Oh, did not say thank you, seller. Thank you, person who runs this shop. They didn't say it. It's the same. Oh, the system has changed. The system has changed. Click the email to get the money because there's going to be a link in the email. Oh, I want to buy this product. Click the link to click this email link to get your money. Okay. So this definitely was a scam when you see how it follows up now. Here, oh, that's weird. Here's my email address. That's not the end of your world, right? And then it's like, ah, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Just don't click the email. Don't click links, okay? So the errors in this person's message, the errors that I invented were really, really over the top just to make the point. But the errors in this message was not in this message, all one sentence. Hi, no, hi, comma. Okay, I want to buy your product. Didn't specify who they're talking to. Didn't name the product. Says Etsy's having a problem of some kind. Wants your email address. Says it's an error that's not going away, and then says, "Oh, I've sent you an email so you can get the money through. You can get the money through the email." This person did. This person did in small ways and bigger ways almost every single thing I've listed. It's not a huge giant. It's not that you do not have to exchange messages for 2 hours and 30 messages back and forth to identify the scammer. Like I said, explaining it in detail, point by point, takes way more time than going, hey, did this strike you as a fucked up message that you shouldn't be responding to? Okay. Our desire for business and our desire to provide good customer service puts us often in a position where we just turn a blind eye to this. Oh, maybe they're just new. Oh, maybe they're just young. Oh, maybe they're not experienced. Yeah, okay, my example. Oh, okay, well, English isn't their first language. But they want to convince me that it is because they said they're American, right? So little things like that will really, really. This is kind of, you know what this is? This is training 101 to recognize the little things that should catch your attention. Now, I will say, I've got, you know what? This week, I've got one of my orders this week is going out to Switzerland. Now, Swiss is what? Austrian, German. What languages do they speak in Switzerland? Austrian, German, French. So if this person, oh, by the way, it just occurred to me, if they reach out to me, their English may be, oh, English is one of their languages, I think. I don't know, I don't remember. Anyway, there is a chance that they may sound very confusing the way this particular invented message sounds. But they're not going to say I'm American. I, as person from American, that right there is usually if they literally make a statement about themselves that can't possibly be true, that's usually your first dead giveaway that they're up to something. Which is why I included it as the example. It's not meant to it's not meant to be xenophobic or anything like that. It's meant to point out they're trying to convince me that there's somebody that they're not. They clearly cannot be English as a first language American, or they would never have written a sentence that looks like this. Anyway, so the other example, like I said, it's a little bit more subtle, but it's just as problematic. Now, if one of my regular customers, hey, Peggy, I'm trying to buy something and the site's just being weird and is asking me for your email. I don't know why, but can you just send me your email address? Because I have a couple of questions. Yeah, okay, here you go. But then again, my customers would just say, hey, I'm going to contact you. I've already got your email address. I'm going to contact you. But anyway, this is red flag territory. The person who responded with, "Oh, okay, that's weird. Here's my email address." They weren't wrong to respond. The follow-up message, and this is the one that's important. Thank you. Thank you. You have been sent an email. I was very surprised that the payment system has changed. You can get the money through the email. I think it's even more convenient. This is somebody who wants you to click a link. I sent you the email. You can get the money through the email. So even if you can choose to trust. I generally choose trust. I choose trust as long as I'm not okay. If you send me something, oh, here's a link. It's like, no, I'm not gonna choose trust if you've already sent me the link. If somebody sent me a message like this, I'd be like, okay, that's weird, but okay, here you go. And then decide once I see how they respond. Okay? There's nothing wrong with choosing trust. Giving somebody your email address does not automatically get you hacked. It doesn't work that way, but be aware. Okay. Now here's a petty little one, and this is a tricky one. Their name is two random first names, like John Adam. This means absolutely nothing by itself. When combined with previous behaviors that I've already listed, can be an indication that they are not who they say they are. Somebody who sends me that previous fucked up message trying to convince me that they're an American and says that their name is John Adam, very, very Anglo-American names, I'm going to go, but that's very, very unlikely to be true because you use the word enfant, which is French. So you're probably French with a very French-sounding name, not English with an English-sounding name. It's very easy to look up baby names and just pick two. Lots of people with the last name John, lots of people with the last name Adam. Don't crap on everybody with two first names as their full name that you see. Also, people use online nicknames, stuff like that. Don't crap on that the minute you see it. That is not by itself an indication of anything. Okay, I have known lots of people in my life with last names. I've known people with the last name of John. I knew a person with the last name of Paul. Um, there's tons and tons of last names that are just a Carol. I've known lots and lots of people with a last name that is just a that is normally a person's first name. Don't judge just on that, but it can be a little bit of icing, a little more, another layer of icing on that cake, on that scammer cake. Okay. That's why I kind of put these, that's why I put these at the last. They don't mean anything by themselves, but if other stuff is going on, it's like, oh my God, that does not combine well with your behavior, buddy. The next one is, well, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. If you can see that their account is new, so obviously people join these online sales platforms every single day. You're going to deal with somebody who has you're going to deal with somebody, oh, I just signed up for an account so I can buy something from you because I found your stuff wherever. I saw your stuff on Instagram. I really, really like it. I made an Etsy account today just so I can buy from you. You're going to see it. I've actually had a couple of messages like that. It's like, oh my God, I'm making my very first Etsy just so you know, I'm making my very first Etsy purchase because I just love your stuff. I've seen it on social media somewhere. Not a problem. If everything else is going on, so just so you know, the email is not working. I need your email address, and I need you to click this link. And by the way, I is American, and I don't know your actual name. I love your products. But like I said, these last two, their name is random and their account is new, means absolutely nothing if they're otherwise behaving normally. If they are not behaving normally, and this is also part of it, then it just kind of, like I said, it's like, ooh, there's some icing on that cake, bud. Can't do business with you. Now, another one. This is an opportunistic one. These are the last two are opportunistic scams that are very generalized and sometimes hard to spot. The first one is they claim that they already made the purchase, but the platform just isn't showing it yet. If it's a regular customer that you know and trust, by all means, do it. Do it. I mean, if it's an inexpensive item, it's like, I'm willing to take the risk. Do it. That's fine. But just be aware that there is a scam that goes around where people are claiming that the product just hasn't shown up yet. They claim that something is going on with Etsy, but trust me, I really did make the purchase. It's really, really common, and a lot of Etsy can be glitchy. Websites can be glitchy. Web sales platforms can be glitchy. Maybe they've just done an update, and maybe it is a little glitchy. Oh, give it a couple hours, it should show up, right? Usually this type of scam is they claim that something went wrong, but they really did make the purchase, but they're also in a hurry and they just need you to operate on trust and put it in the mail. That's an opportunistic scam, and I'll tell you right now, Etsy says right off, don't put anything in the mail until you've confirmed that you've gotten paid for it. They're not going to help you if you don't confirm. Don't let people, but I'm in a hurry, you into making mistakes that are going to cost you money. Number 20 is they want a free sample. Now, I've gone over this one directly. This is where they say, I have a bulk order. Ordering table decorations for a wedding, and I need 50 of these. But first, I want a free sample to make sure they're really going to live up to what I want. Um, don't give out, you can, well, like I said, depending on who it is, I've given out free samples to customers that I trust. And I've said no to other people that want a sample for whatever reason. So use your judgment on that. But the reality is if somebody's asking for you for a sample and you send them a free sample, they have absolutely no obligation to come back and buy what they said they were going to buy. Etsy will not take your side or protect you if that happens. Generally speaking, the best advice on that is if they want a free sample or a free something, then your best example on that is to go, your best solution on that, sorry, is to go, I'm going to charge you $50 for your sample, but once you make your bulk order, I will knock $50 off of that. Make sure they pay for it. But anyway, those are just two last little add-ins, because quite often they will these are things that they contact you about before they've given you any money. Asking for free stuff or trying to assure you that they've already made the purchase when there's no indication that they have. My credit card's not working. What can we do? Like, I've paid for this. I've already paid for this twice. I need it. Or there is a purchase in the system. I've already paid for this twice. I don't know what's going on. You need to refund one of these. Nope, 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 nope. I suppose that should be 21. For some reason, Etsy took my money twice. Well, I'm only seeing one sale. Well, Etsy took my money twice, and I need you to refund me. It's like, no, I can refund you and not send you a damn thing. But if you want this sorted out, you need to contact Etsy customer service. If they are claiming, and again, this goes back to my little TED talk that I stopped to do right in the middle. If they are claiming that, if they are making the claim that they have already spent money, if they are making the claim that something is going wrong with Etsy, then you send them to customer service. I need you to do blah because this happened and Etsy's glitching out. Oh, you need to contact customer service to make sure this doesn't continue happening with your account. And I get it. Like I said, a lot of this, a lot of the really weird stuff tends to happen to smaller shops. They are hoping that you're desperate for the sale and that you lack experience, so that's going to, and they're hoping that that is going to make it easier for them to get you to do something so that they can rip you off. The best way to deal with these is, like I said, you can get a bad feeling just because, you know what, I don't think I want to do business with this person, and I don't have to have a reason. I can just say no. That's the end of it. Keep it in mind. Anyway, don't click the links. Don't take it off of don't take it off the platform. But anyway, so that's it. That is my TED talk. That is my very, very long talk. This is, even after editing, this is going to be a pretty long video today, but I just really wanted to get it all in one place because these are the scams that happen before they've made the purchase. Most of them, okay, the reason why they do this is because sometimes it works. Okay, sometimes it works. And this is the problem. So that's it. That's my fairly comprehensive list. I think I got it all. Let me know what you think. If there's anything that you did like, didn't like, disagree with, agree with, love to hear from you. I love hearing feedback. Just why not? That's what the comment section's for. Use it. Anyway, it's all pretty obvious. It really, really is. But unfortunately, enough people fall for it that these determined scammers are just going to keep doing it. And the reality is there's no way to stop. And well, maybe someday there will be a way to stop it entirely. But until there is, it's just on you to keep an eye out for it. And a lot of it is really, really obvious. So I hope that I've made some of this obvious. I hope that it's helped. In the meantime, I'm going to get going. I've got more stuff to do. I've got my own business to run. So I'm going to go do that for a while. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.